ETA, Mr. Rat Boy. Oh, he's in. He's in.
Yeah,
All
we're
right.
here. We're here.
All right. Goodbye. Goodbye. I'm going back to Team Radio. I'm also gone live on my channel.
No one cares.
McWilliams is in, so suck my dick.
Oh wow. Look, Toothgap's gone to join him. Anyway, hello. Tier 3 streams. Nice of Luke's coming to interrupt as we get live. But today we are here for Portugal, Tier 3, in this highly elusive racing league. Who's ready to see some Tier 3 carnage? I hope to see a few people here, at least. That would be nice, eh? But Portugal, I have no idea how the other races went because, to be honest with you, given up. But you know, I'm in for a surprise today. You know, I believe, well, I don't believe, I know that my my boy Rolf van Loon won the first round in Austria. I don't know how that went down, but I know he did. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. I don't know who's in the championship fight either. So I'm very well prepared. I mean, the reason we're delayed is because I literally haven't updated the game. And to add a little bit more to it, is oh hold up. Why has it done that? It's absolutely thrown it down. Oh, what's going on here? There we go. So another spanner in the works. I believe last time out in Austria the qualifying was wet as well. So it's back-to-back wet qualifying sessions, which I'm sure everyone is pleased with. Oh, it is raining. Yeah, it's raining. It is raining. All right, let's get a few things up here. Who is that first out on track? It's Mercedes of not Livingston, Kingma. I believe Livingston, Kingma's teammate, getting pole last time out in Austria. Let's see what Kingma can do here then as he comes through the first couple of turns. There's a very, very technical track this, and it's hard to get right in the dry. It's going to be even harder to get right today in these tricky intermediate conditions. You can see the back end already sliding about as he warms those tyres up on the Mercedes. The Mercedes now has side pods. Wow. Look at that, everybody. Side pods on the Mercedes. Isn't that just lovely? What we've all been waiting for. We don't need new tracks. We don't need game fixing bug. Like, you know, game fixes. You need Mercedes side pods. Okay. Oh, Kingman nearly losing the back end there. I'm losing the car totally. But he's kept it pointed in the right direction. He's got a very nice helmet design going on there as well. He's drifting. Oh, yeah. I'm feeling a tombstone pole position. That means that inevitably he will fall down further down the pack at the start of the race. So maybe we'll see that again. But let's see, his King was sliding all over the place in his Mercedes. Number 80. He was 81 last game, by the way, not last season. And obviously he can't have that anymore due to Oscar Piastri taking that number IRL. But here he comes then. Kingma, I'm sure, just going for a nice safe banker lap here. Like I say, it's a very tricky track, and it's very hard if you lose time to regain. Well, it's actually quite easy to regain time around here, but you need that perfect lap. That's what's going to get someone pole today. As Kingma very close to the white lines on the exit of turn 1 already. Coming down now into turn 3, hooks it to the right-hand side on that apex. A little bit slidey there as he comes up the hill. The back end wants to slide all over the place and wants to spin the car around, but he keeps it pointed in the right direction. Beautifully done for you there. Great car control from the Dutchman. Down into the braking zone now. Steep left-hander. Back uphill now. Plenty of traction coming out of this corner. On the dry at least. And there's a spun McLaren. Surely that's Luke Martin. Oh no, he's Rolf van Loon. Oh my god. Absolute disaster class. Anyway, through Samsung now comes Stefan Kingma up the hill. Very easy to lose the back end once again. And you go into this roller coaster section now. Down through the left-hander. Up the hill now to the double right-hander. You want to clip that second apex, get the car as straight as you can, as soon as you can, and power down the hill once again. And once again, we head up the hill. Plenty of elevation change. Don't use too much of that curb on the right-hand side. It will lock up your front right tyre. And now into the final few corners. A very tricky corner here. You want to take it nice and shallow to give yourself a better exit through what is normally flat out in the dry, but I'm sure it won't be today in these tricky intermediate conditions. The final corner, you want to pin it as much as you can, try and find as much speed from there as you run up to the line now, and crosses it. It's Kingma with the fastest lap so far, 26.9. His teammate, I believe, is going to be next across the line of Zach Livingston, but he's invalidated, so he's not going to be setting a competitive lap. Have we got... who's on a lap there? Hypno? Yeah, Hypno. Here he goes then, up to the line. Can he beat the pre-original time of Kingma's 126.9? No, he can't. It's a 127.0. Is Luke Martin on a lap? No, he's invalidated. What should I expect? As Van Loon's is a 41.7. We saw him have a spin early on in his lap. Another invalidation from Vasilev. Who have we got coming around the final corner now? I believe that will be Aurelius, who's looked good in the wet conditions. I'm thinking Kota last season, he did a very good show there, and he's gone and done it again. 26.4, puts himself 5/10 ahead of Kingma in P2 currently. And Nemesis now, I believe this is Knight, I think it is, his name is. Up to the line, there's a 29.4, Simpson's P4 currently, but quite a way away from we'll make that P4 now, as, who is that? Hypno? No, N4, N1A? Who's N1A? I'm sorry, whoever N1A is, I'm not clued up on this, as Kingma starts another lap. That means his teammate should be coming through the final corner now to finish his first lap of the qualifying session, but he gets it all wrong at the final corner. The car's skating away to the left-hand side of the league. And there he goes across the line now, 27.2. Who is this? This is Rolf Van Loon. He's bottled it yet again. Does he want that championship? I don't think he does anymore. As here comes Kenyon. Up to the line now. And it's P7 for him, a 30.8. He can definitely do better than that as Luke Martin beats his teammate, but that's it. Here's a 34.8 as, who is that? Vasilev moving up the order to P6 now with a 27.6. Aurelius coming into the pits there. What happened to Tombstone? I don't know, but since this season 6 ended, he's become acquainted to that name. As here comes Knight up to the line once again, a 28.9 this time. Still quite a way away from Vasilev in P6, but still quite far ahead of Luke Martin and Rolf Van Loon. Here comes N1A again, up to the line. I think he might have been on the back. Yeah, it's a slow lap, that one, but he's probably warming up for another. As Stefan Kingma, the first person to set a lap. Can he beat his provisional time? No, he can't. He's going again. What about Tombstone? What can he do? Can he beat his teammate? Can he get himself onto the front row? No, but he can get himself into the pit lane and become utterly useless. Alright, Dijkstra going through the final corner now. Up to the line, goes P6 with a 27.3. There's a lot of 27s being put up here, but the front two looking pretty comfortable with the 26s they have currently set. As who is this? It's not it is Rolf. Oh my god, boys, come on. It's not difficult. It's really not difficult. Kenyon has invalidated. He looks like he's going on for another lap though. As Vasilev now runs it to the line. He's on a cooldown lap. Good. So the drivers are just kind of running high fuel right now, and or they would have been from the start of the qualifying session, and just trying to improve on certain areas of the track that might have they might have made a mistake in on the yeah, they might be improving on a mistake they made in their previous lap, and just trying to run the track as much as they can in these conditions, get a feel for it before going for a final push at the end. Now, that is Stefan Kingma coming up to line. He is improving. He goes back into P2 with a 26.7 there, moving himself closer to Aurelius, but still, he has not topped the AlphaTauri from that top spot yet. Speaking of AlphaTauri, Looks like Dykstra. Oh, Dykstra's coming into the pits there. Louis Day's not having the greatest time of his life, as I say that. As here comes Hypno back up to the line now. He's improving quite a bit, and he puts himself onto the front row, just marginally ahead of Stefan Kingma. Sharing the front row currently with Aurelius's benchmarker time of a 26.4. Here we got that. Vasilev coming around the final corner again. Here he comes up to the line. 27.3. Today's P7. Now Vasilev, I believe, won the sprint race here, if I'm not mistaken, back in season 6, and it was in very similar conditions. But he's not having the greatest time at the moment in that Alpine. Looks like a few people are going to be coming into the pits here, putting on a fresh set of tyres, maybe lowering the fuel load a little bit, and going for their final runs now, as they will fuel up for 2 or 3 laps at the end of this qualifying session. Let's see, is Kingma on a lap? He is not on a lap, but he is pushing on for another one. He's staying out at the moment. 8 minutes left in this qualifying session, and currently Aurelius leads Hypno, leads Kingma, leads N1A, leads Livingston, the top 5 positions. It's actually an AlphaTauri, Ferrari, Mercedes top 6 in this qualifying session so far. Oh my god, Luke, come on. He's not cooking right now, is he, chat? It doesn't look like Aurelius is on a lap here either. So we will look back to not Kingma because he's invalidated. Nemesis? No, he's on an out lap. Don't let it be Luke Martin. Oh, for God's sake, it's Luke Martin. We're going to have to watch a Luke Martin lap. Oh. Taking a mick. Okay, well, we won't watch a Luke Martin blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Livingston, here we are. Tombstone, oh my god. Drifting all over the place at the exit of Samsung. Up into the double right-hander here. Trying to pick a line, turns the car in, understeers out a little bit due to the wet conditions. Still 2 tenths up, and currently supposedly a purple sector 2 there from the Mercedes driver. A 27.2 with a 2-tenth improvement. He's looking to put himself maybe in the mix of the top 4 here if he can improve just by a few tenths in this final sector. He's got quite a margin though to the front. Oh, where's he gone? To the front view. If he wants to improve on his position here, he's currently P5, goes up to P2, just ahead of Hypno. The Ferraris and the Mercedes looking on for a great battle right now. They are all separated by just a couple tenths. Actually, three of them are only separated by a tenth here. Apologies, I have been very ill the last week or so. Who have we got on the lap here? I think Dykstra on the lap? Yes, Dykstra is on the lap. Let's see Dykstra's lap here then, as he's coming through into sector 3 in just a second. 1 more corner to go in sector 2, and back on the power now, and there it is done. 3/10 improvement. We're seeing a similar improvement at this point than what we saw on Livingston's lap. So let's see if he can. Let's see if he can improve on that. Apologies for that. Here he comes then, up to the line. It's a 27.0 for Dykstra. Livingston is alive again. Well, when you see a 3/10 gap to the guy on provisional pole. Let's see, Louis Day, can he put a lap together for the first time in this qualifying session? It's looking like he will. Up to the line, goes to P10. beating the current championship leader, Rolf van Loon, as he crosses the line to start another lap. Kenyon has invalidated again. Vasilev is on an out lap. N1A, is he on a lap? No. Help me out here, chat. Who's on a lap here? Dijkstra on another lap? No. Is it Knight? I think it is Knight. He's not got a lot of battery here, but he has enough to finish a lap here, I think. What does he? Oh, never mind. Doesn't matter anyway. Okay. I guess we watch Rolf. Yeah. Oh. Come on, Rolf. What are you playing at? You're meant to be good at this game. Oh, look at the Chrome sponsors on the McLaren. Oh, that's wicked. Actually, oh, his Hypno goes fastest with a 26.2. I didn't even know he's on a lap. What a lap there from Hypno in the Ferrari. He's put himself on provisional pole, 2 tenths clear of Aurelius currently as Van Loon comes through the final corner. What can he do on his only lap? It's competitive in this qualifying session. It's P5 and 26.8. And I believe that might be around where he started last time out in Austria. He's driving very weirdly. But then again, it is Rolf, as Vasilev has invalidated yet again. And Aurelius on an out lap, so he'll be looking to mount and charge to Hypno's time. N1A. N1A on the lap? No. Sorry. I have a very bad voice at the moment. Is that Luke Martin on a lap? Oh, for God's sake. Mate, I swear, like, yeah, okay, people are invalidating, but the McLarens are literally invalidating every lap. Every lap. As Kenyon comes through Samsung, he's on an out lap though as well. Low attendance. Mate, do you know, you should become like, you should find a career in pointing out the obvious. No, it's the league's dead. Let's just leave it at that. But here is Vasilev then on another lap, possibly his last lap of the session, as he comes through down the hill into sector 3. Purple sector 3 apparently for Vasilev there. 5/10 improvement in the first 2 sectors. What can he do in the final one? As you'll bring that Alpine to the left hand side of the track to then tuck it back in to the right hand side curb. Power now through the penultimate corner. And here we go. Very tentative on the throttle to try and hook it onto that inside curb. Whatever, purple sector 2, yes. And up to the line now for Vasilev. Goes onto the second row with a 26.5, but Aurelius was just behind him, and he retakes that pole position by a whopping 5/10 nearly, with a 25.8 for the AlphaTauri driver. What can his teammate do? He can start a new lap, is what he can do. There's a Mercedes behind him of Kingma, who's invalidated. There's a Ferrari of not Hypno, N1A, and Livingston. Livingston takes pole position by 3/10 nearly to Aurelius with a 25.5. Now that's not Tombstone. I will start calling him Livingston once again. Jesus Christ. Okay, as Luke Martin goes up to P8 just behind his teammate. Let's see what Hypno can do. We've seen him lay down a benchmark of time already for the rest of the grid. It doesn't like he's going to beat it this time though. It's a 29.6. It's not an improvement. It's a third and fourth, second row lockout for the Ferrari team as it stands. Here comes Kenyon through the final corner. I don't think he's on a lap. No, he is not. Can Vasilev do anything on these final stages of qualifying? It doesn't like he's on the lap, but he is letting through. Not Dijkstra. Is that Aurelius? It is Aurelius, but he's not pushing on. He's not going to improve on his time. I think that is it. I think it's a Livingston pole position for the second time in a row. Livingston takes the top spot in qualifying. What a lap that is. 25.5. The front two pretty much unmatched by the rest of their grid. Why does it say lap? Oh. Who the... Wait, Dijkstra was on a lap. Okay, Dijkstra goes to P3. And it's, I think Kingma improved there as well. I'm sorry, I thought they were done. But Kingma goes up to P5. Dijkstra gets P3, so it's a second and third for AlphaTauri. And the Ferraris lose out on the second row lockout and move down to 4th and 6th. Kingma helping his teammate as Luke Martin goes up to P4. What? Where's this come from? And is Hypno on a lap? I think Hypno might be on a lap here. He might have squeezed one more in. And he crosses the line, goes up to the front row alongside Livingston. He can't beat that pole position time, but it is good enough to put him very close to the rear wing of that Mercedes with a 25.6. Wow, I didn't even know they were on a lap. Those two times came out of the blue. And it is going to be the teal blue on pole. Livingston takes pole position once again. And in Tier 3 Season 9. Can he this time turn it into something more? Let's find out in just a few moments. Rolf, you are an L. Just take the L, mate. You literally got 2 L's in both your name. Alright, is there a lobby restart today? I don't actually know. Okay, no, there isn't. There isn't. Okay, it's nice and sunny now. All this is your chance to redeem yourself. Oh shit, we're going. What? Okay, why have I got no sound? We are underway. Livingston leads into turn 1. Hypno following behind in P2 still. As Dijkstra and Aurelius move further down as Luke Martin's fighting away. Right on the outside now of Vasilev as Kingma finds his way back up into P5 in this race. The two AlphaTauris lead the Mercedes now down the hill into the hairpin as further back the two McLarens putting Vasilev under pressure and he has to go through the brake board there. And Kingma also, oh no, not Kingma, sorry, it's Vasilev trying to find his way round the outside now of Rolf Van Leeuwen. He has to tuck in behind now as we lead through the tricky roller coaster section of the track. Up the hill we go on the exit of Samsung, back down. It's a very intense section here, especially when you're trying to attack a car. There's a lot of different tyre compounds going on here. We'll have a look in just a moment. So far, Livingston still retains the lead by a good margin now, 1.3 seconds already to Hypno in his scarlet and red Ferrari. And here we go then, the first lap is about complete as Kingma looks to be putting pressure on the back of Dijkstra's AlphaTauri through the final corner. He gets the better run on the inside line with the softer compound tyres. Kingma moves up into P4, putting another smile on the Mercedes team's face as is that Luke Martin now looking around the outside at turn 1. Can't quite find the space, but those soft tyres will aid him on the overtake if he can find a place to do it in this next few laps. Up the hill we go. The race fuel will be putting these drivers on edge, especially around this track with so much elevation change, so much weight transfer. Let's see what happens here as Livingston still leading the way. Aurelius closing up now to the back of Hypno's Ferrari. He'll be looking to retake that P2 position as here we go through into sector 2. The two McLarens chasing down Dykstra now. There's a few. Let's have a look actually at the tyre choices here from a few drivers. It's a field of soft and medium compound tyres. Livingston out in the lead on the soft compound as Aurelius is looking for a move here on Hypno with those soft compound tyres. Can he find a way up the inside and make it around the outside at the penultimate corner? No. Oh, yes, maybe he can. No, not quite. The marbles on the outside line there, maybe not giving him the grip he needs. As he actually loses the back end there a little bit and actually goes off track very temporarily as Livingston sets the fastest lap of the race. It's looking inevitable though that Aurelius here will get past Hypno into turn 1. He has the inside line on the softer compound tyres, gets the move done. Up into P2 for him as Kingma's now eyeing up a move on the Ferrari of Hypno into the third corner. Make it number 4 now. Can he find the run down into the hairpin? He's taken a much better line there. And he has the DRS assistance, slipstream of 2 cars. Can he find a move down into the hairpin? Kingma down the inside of Hypno. Holds it on that inside line. Can he find the exit speed he needs though? Yes he can. Up into P3. It's a 1 in 3 now for the Mercedes base team. As Luke Martin has got past Dykstra in these last few laps. We just about missed that as we were watching the fight for P2 and P3. It looks like the medium runners are really struggling in these early stages of the race, but be sure to keep an eye out on those medium compound tyres later on in the race once the softs start to wear out, and also later on in the race when those medium runners inevitably go on to the soft compound tyres and have the advantage, or actually probably more of an advantage than what the soft tyres do now. It will be putting a lot of nice action into this race as here comes Luke Martin down the inside, down the pitch straight, up into P4. Gets that move done, and Hypno here is falling like a stone in the water. As he now has Dykstra all over his rear wing in that AlphaTauri, who's also on the medium compound tyres. It makes me wonder, does Hypno have any damage on that car? It doesn't look like it visually. But well, when did Kingma get into P2? It is a Mercedes 1-2 right now. He did that in no time. Livingston leads his teammate by 2 seconds in this race. Kingma sitting in P2 after, I believe, starting down in P5 in the end, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Yes. Or P6. Somewhere around there. I don't actually know if it counts the position they start. Does it? I guess not. I have no idea. F1 is a headache. Here we go then, down the pitch straight. Dykstra tucking into the slipstream of the Ferrari as there's a yellow flag further back. It's for Kenyon, who has fallen down as Kingma gets re-overtaken by Aurelius there into turn 1. Hypno loses out to Dykstra and goes down into P6 in the end after starting on the front row in this race. Just 5 laps in, he's down into P6. And it's one medium runner ahead of him now of Dykstra. As all this fighting between Aurelius and Kingma is letting the rest of the pack close up to them. Luke Martin lurking just behind Kingma now as well. I don't like watching Kingma because last time I watched him it was Brazil last season and he was fighting for lead on the last lap, and as I switched to him he spun, and I feel bad if anything happened like you know, in a similar fashion. But I also want to give you the best views for the battles, so it's worth the risk, right? Is it just me, or does anyone else think that the Mercedes rear wing just looks really fat? Like, compared to all the rest of the cars. And, like, if they've just done this sports update, then surely that's been updated. It just looks huge compared to all the other cars. Probably why AFJ drives it now. Or drove it. Oh man. It's starting to die out now a bit. I think the tyres are becoming a little bit more equal. But that just means that the medium runners are soon going to have a bit of a pace advantage, I think, to the rest of the field. As we're already seeing that sort of with Dijkstra, who's been on a charge on his medium since the start of this race. Now closing up to the back of Luke Martin's McLaren. Now let's see what he can do here as we come through the final few corners. Can Dijkstra mount a challenge to Luke Martin? Can Kingma mount a challenge once again to Aurelius and make it a Mercedes 1-2 here in Portugal? I think he's gonna go for it. He's so close to the rear wing of that AlphaTauri, and he's pulling alongside now. I think he's gonna have the move done before we even get to the braking zone, and he has. The rear wing closes, is further back. Oh, Luke Martin and Dijkstra side by side through the first corner. Luke Martin doesn't want to give it up, but inevitably he has to, because the Mercedes 1-2 has now made it AlphaTauri 3-4 with Luke Martin in P5. The soft tyres perhaps going off a little bit at this stage in the race. Will we now see Dijkstra and Aurelius maybe swap positions as the tyre favours the mediums at the moment? The track favours the mediums at the moment. But Aurelius is not letting Kingma pull away, and Kingma is not letting Livingston pull away. So this is going to make an interesting dynamic as the two teammates from AlphaTauri and Mercedes are now next to each other on track. The AlphaTauri boys, though, are in a bit of a pickle here because they're both on different strategies, and that's 2 track limit warnings there surely for Aurelius in the time that we've watched his onboard. So he's got to be careful there because this track is very easy to overstep the white lines, but you definitely don't want to be picking up any penalties. And the two AlphaTauris are even closer together than they were at the start of this lap. There is now 2 tenths separating Dijkstra and Aurelius. Will Aurelius let Dijkstra through here, or will he try and overtake Kingma? He's going to go for the move on Kingma, but so is his teammate. Kingma is going to lose 2 positions here, and Dijkstra now looking for the inside line on his teammate into turn 1. Gets the move done. Dijkstra goes from P4 to P2 in just 1 corner. What a move there from the AlphaTauri driver, and Kingma down into P4 with Luke Martin, Hypno and Van Loon all lined up behind him. This is about to get very interesting here. Can Dijkstra pull away as we see Nemesis or Knight pick up a penalty there? 3-second time penalty for track limit warnings. I'm sure that will not be the first or the last we'll see of those penalties, as Dijkstra and Aurelius playing a very nice team game there. I couldn't tell if that was teamwork or if it was a move that Dijkstra had planned on his own, but it's definitely working out from a second gap now to his teammate, as his teammate is still under immense pressure from Stefan Kingma in the Mercedes. And also Hypno getting past Luke Martin. I just about missed that. That was at some point in Sector 2. And Luke Martin looking to retake that position there as we see him dive up the inside. And let's see if Hypno can stay within the DRS range here of the Mercedes ahead at the moment. He's just slipped out of it, which could put him under immense pressure once again. Not from 1 McLaren, but from 2 McLarens. But Luke Martin loses the rear end a little bit there. Just about saw him sliding off to the right. Can he get the move done on Hypno once again? He's going to go for it. Can his teammate do the same? Yes, he can, I think. He's pulled alongside. He's made the move stick up the inside into turn 1. Hypno loses 2 positions there down the straight, and it's a Ferrari 7th and 8th now. From a very, very well done qualifying. It's side by side for Kingma and Aurelius now. Who said this track doesn't do good racing? This has been something else. It's side by side now down the hill. It's Aurelius on the inside of Kingma. Gets the move done, back up into the podium positions, as that was Luke Martin trying to eye up a move, a very opportunistic move on Stefan Kingma there, his temporary teammate at the end of last season. As we go through Samsung corner now, the soft tyres are definitely falling off a cliff here. 2.3 seconds to Dijkstra, although Livingston is doing a great job to minimise the time deficit to Dijkstra, who's broken through on those medium compound tyres. This is a nice little train we're getting here, though, all the way from Aurelius. I believe down to, well, pretty much Vasilev, who's just hanging onto the back of the Ferraris there in P9 as the Ferraris have swapped positions, I think. Both on the medium compound tyres, so maybe they just want to try and see which Ferrari has more pace. But there is your race leader currently, Zach Livingston. 2 poles in a row, 2 seconds out in the lead. And Aurelius is going to come under pressure once again here from Stefan Kingma. Down into turn 1 of these two. They don't like each other, do they, on track? Fighting for P2, now fighting for P3 as Daxter has broken through and broke the DRS range. But here we go. Once again, through Sector 1, down the straight to enter Sector 2. Aurelius has the DRS assistance this time. Pulls out to the right, tries to find his way round the outside at the hairpin. Can he find the grip? Can he find the traction? He gets a bit of a snap there at the exit. I think that's going to cost him the position. Yeah, it is. Down into P4 once again, but it is a Mercedes 1 and 3 and the AlphaTauris 2 and 4. It's a nice little constructors battle that we could be seeing throughout the season, but let's not cat out the McLarens or the Ferraris, who are both 5th and 6th and 7th and 8th. And it could be very interesting if we get a 3 or 4, even 4-way constructors fight here. But the AlphaTauris and Mercs have definitely seemed on it today in both conditions, the wet and the dry. God. Here we go then. Livingston has just started lap 11 of this race, and he is now still 2.1 seconds-ish out in the lead. Kingma and Aurelius are still fighting away for that final podium position as Aurelius gets around the outside there of Stefan Kingma. We've got another spin of Kenyon again in the final sector. Kenyon day and night not having the best races, or the races to remember, but these guys up at the front, I'm sure, are loving it at the moment. This looks intense at the front as Aurelius has to defend off Kingma once again. Kingma down the inside. Can he find the grip on the exit? Not quite. Aurelius moves himself back up into P3. And all the time, Luke Martin and Van Loon and the Ferraris and Vasilev all eyeing this up in the background, hoping for a mistake from one of them. Maybe an opportunistic move like this from Luke Martin down the inside. Can he find his way round the outside of the double right-hander? He's holding it on the outside line. Can he make it stick? No, he's lost the back end. A little bit of contact there, but no damage done. Up into the final sector now. Left-hand side for Luke Martin in the McLaren. Can he find his way round the outside, the penultimate corner? We saw someone try to pull this off before. Couldn't quite do it because of the marbles, and once again that corner is proving it's not a good overtaking spot, and it's allowed Aurelius to pull away by 1.2 seconds here, which could leave Kingma vulnerable down the pit straight. Here he goes. Luke Martin gets past Kingma. Can his teammate do the same? The two McLarens made the double overtake before. They've done it again. Down into turn 1. It's 4th and 5th now for Luke Martin and Rolf Van Loon. Kingma is not having a good lap here, as there goes N1A down the inside as well. Makes the move stick at turn 3 and through turn 4. He's up into P6 as Aurelius now picks up a 3-second time penalty, so he saw the opportunity to get away and he is pushed like hell, and he has picked up a 3-second time penalty from it. Unfortunate for him, he had great pace out there today. As Kingma though is fighting back here with M1A up the inside. I think there's been contact made there, and Kingma, I think, he's just about kept it on track, but he is falling to the clutches now of Hypno and Vasilev, who are fighting it out for P8 on track. I think Hypno just about holds him off there. As N1A is still having to defend off Kingma, though. Kingma is not giving up in this race, and he's down the inside and he made contact. Kingma has been spun round on the attack down the inside, just a bit too aggressive, I think, from Kingma. And the Ferrari took his line, and it just ended up all bad for the Mercedes driver today, as N1A now holds P6, Hypno P7. I think, is that damage for N1A? Or is that just a scheduled pit stop? It seems early for mediums. It is a wing change, so he has picked up damage, and so has Kingma by the looks of things. Although he's not getting a wing change, he's just having a pit stop. Oh, and he's come out. Interesting. Oh, he hit Van Loon. Okay. Okay, we've got some pit stops going through here. Aurelius and Luke Martin both into the pits. Aurelius and Luke Martin both on the soft compound tyres, so I'm expecting to see them in medium compound tyres now. And it is mediums for Aurelius, and it is mediums for Luke Martin as well. And both back out onto the track in clean air, and it'll give each other a good benchmark here for their outlap. See how close together they can stay. Luke Martin's probably in a better position for it. Try and eye up the car in front, try and see if you're making up time or not. There's Fast 11 Hypno. I'll get it stuck into a little fight here. For what I'll say is P7 on the road, or P6 on the road I believe now, after his teammate pit. So what can Vaslev do here? Not going to try and set it up the inside there, being very patient with these moves. Looks like the tyres are going off pretty badly now as well, from the understeer he got there. Through the penultimate corner. Now, Vaslev will get an opportunity here to overtake down the pit straight. But the question is, will he be able to pull away later on in this stint? I mean, he's probably only got about 3 or 4 laps left on these medium compound tyres before he'll make the switch to the softs. But he's going to go for the move and up into what is P3 on the road. But I believe will be P6 once all the pit stops fizzle out. And nice move there. Livingston has come into the pit lane for medium compound tyres from the lead. He's going to come out pretty far ahead of Aurelius. But Aurelius has already got those tyres up to temperature. In fact, he's not even that far ahead of him. Aurelius has done a pretty nice undercut there on the Mercedes driver. And he will have a lot warmer tyres to do this first sector with. So it has worked out pretty well for the AlphaTauri, but he does have that 3-second time penalty that he picked up just a little bit earlier. Now Dyche is going to be an interesting one because we saw he had great pace a little bit earlier on as N1A and Kingma fighting it out after both making a pit stop earlier than what they would have liked, I imagine. N1A onto the softs. Kingma down the inside again, very last minute, and tries to follow the Ferrari through Samsung. Don't moving up. I just seen what you put ice cream. Don't moving up. He needs the title first. Oh, there's a mistake there from the Ferrari, and Kingma very opportunistic with that. Down the inside, gets the move done. A lovely move there from Kingma. He spotted the mistake, sent it down the inside, got the move done. Up into P8 now, but he won't have the DRS to help him down the pit straight, and I think this could be a move once again from N1A up into P8 now in this race, and back ahead of Kingma. So just as Kingma makes an opportunistic move, N1A sees the opportunity, arrives once again, and takes that position back. It's been some good racing so far as Aurelius gets past Livingston, which is very interesting. So Aurelius now has the net race lead, but he has that 3-second time penalty. So it's going to be a case now of, is Livingston holding back, or is this his pace, and will Aurelius be able to pull away? Let's see what happens. But we've got a few people yet to pit. The medium runners all yet to pit. And Livingston will be looking to... Livingston will be able to sit in the DRS range here and just get pulled along. Hopefully for these next few laps, maybe look after his tyres. You can see he's got a lot of battery to play with, whereas Aureus is already flashing now. Livingston... Oh, Livingston's lifting and coasting. Is Livingston low on fuel? This could be very interesting here towards the end. It sounded to me like he was doing a lot of lifting and coasting there. That's probably why he's happy to sit behind. Oh yeah, that is a lot of lift and coast. So he's probably happy to sit behind Aurelius these next few laps here, because he has fuel management issues. Maybe it's the extra drag on that Mercedes since the side pods are added. But there goes N1A back up the inside of Kingma. Kingma's having a good little scrap here, swapping back and forth with the Ferrari. These two are having a great race before unfortunate contact with well, I think Kingma for N1A and no, not Kingma, Rolf with N1A and Kingma with, it might have been N1A as well. So N1A's been in the fight today. A bit of contact there between the two again, and the Ferrari will have to pit again at some point in this race because he's gone to softs, and even if he used mediums before, he's got a long way to go on those soft compound tyres. It'll be interesting to see whether he makes it or not. Tyres. They are. Hypno and Vasilev are still fighting it out. They've been fighting it out, I believe, from around about lap 13, lap 12 maybe. They've been enjoying each other's DRS zones. And there's the first one to bite the bullet, Hypno, into the pit lane for the soft compound tyres. So he's looking now to go to the end. But can he get the undercut on Vasilev on his pit stop, and how much will it be, man? Luke Martin has gone past him, so they've actually got a great undercut on him here, because Luke's going to be a good while up the road, and he's net P5, I want to say. I think he's in net P5, maybe even higher now because of the undercut, and he's got a about a 13-second buffer now to Hypno, who is I believe in net P6. It's very hard to follow here, but I believe I'm right there. It's going to be interesting to see here where Dijkstra comes out in all of this, because he started on the mediums, had a great first stint, I believe was around about 2 seconds behind Livingston the entire first stint. But he's going to come back out on the track with fresh, soft compound tyres, and currently he's around about 14 to 15 seconds up the road from Livingston, so he's going to be maybe 10 seconds at most behind Livingston here, which would put him in P6. As never mind, Van Loon's pit, so it would put him in P5 now. And Vasilev's come in, so let's see where Hypno comes out in comparison to Vasilev. Has he got the undercut? Yes, he has. Look at that for an undercut. Going to turn one there is Hypno. Coming out the pit lane now is Vasilev. So it's a good few seconds for just one lap on those tyres. Hypno's managed to pull, what is around about, 4 seconds now? 3 basically. Once it settles out. Yeah, 3 seconds to Vasilev in just one lap after being, I believe, behind him when he entered the pit lane. Here we go. Dykstra into the pit lane now. So, this is where we're going to see if Dykstra's in the fight for the win of this race. Livingston and Aurelius coming through the final corner and crossing the line now. Dykstra pulls into his pit box. Now, will Luke Martin pull ahead of Dykstra on pit exit? This is going to be crucial for Dykstra's race. If he can get out of the pits before Luke Martin gets to him. Coming out the pit lane, yes he has. He's in 3rd place on the soft compound tyres that are not only quicker but 7 laps fresher than the current race leader. So Dykstra is firmly in this fight, I believe. 10 seconds back, but I think these tyres are going to greatly help him as Kingma picks up a 3-second time penalty. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that gap between Livingston and Dykstra, as I'm sure Livingston now might want to stop thinking about fuel saving and start thinking about defending or launching a few quick lap times in there to try and pull out that gap or at least nullify his advantage. As Vasilev and Kingma swap positions there. Not too sure what's going on there. I mean, I know these two are very good friends, so maybe they're just looking for a little bit of fun at the end of this race, but it's looking like a lot of understeer for Kingma. Does he have damage? It definitely looks like he has damage to me, but I can't see any. So maybe it's visual glitch. Yeah, he's going to the pits. He has to have damage though. Or did he have a puncher? Is that a front left? No, he can't have a puncher. What? Oh, okay, he's getting a front wing change, so there must have been damage that we couldn't see. Great game. What a great game, eh? Now the real... Oh, Luke Martin picked up a penalty. I didn't even notice. The real question is, this is the fight we want to see. Let's see some Lewis Hamilton, Nico Rosberg type stuff here. So well, we've not had a Rolf battle yet, so we've got a while. We have a chance of that happening if we count out all the ones in qualifying. Oh, here comes Rolf on the fresh softs, pulls out to the left. Boo! Boo! Okay, well, Rolf gets through in the end. Up into P4 for him. He's also only three seconds behind Dykstra, who's already caught up by nearly 4 seconds to Livingston. So he could be in with a shot of a podium here as well. Let's not count out Rolf. Good old Rolf. Luke Martin's going to be under pressure here in the next few laps from Hypno, who's on the softs. So is Vasilev. So Luke Martin has a chance of losing out of 2 positions here to the Ferrari and the Alpine. Livingston's really fallen off the back here of Aurelius, and he's actually got less fuel than the last time I checked. Or not less fuel, you know, obviously he has less fuel, but less delta on his fuel. Here we go then, 10 laps to go in this race, and Aurelius is currently in Livingston, who's leading Aurelius' teammate Dykstra, who just set the fastest lap of the race. He's put nearly 5 seconds now in these last few laps since he put the softs on. Van Loon's also catching at a rapid pace. Luke Martin's going to be under pressure from Hypno and Vasilev in these next few laps as well. The race leader currently 1.7 seconds in the lead with a 3-second time penalty though. He'll currently put in P2. As Vasilev's out of the session, what's happened? Oh. Just as it was getting interesting. Just as it was getting interesting, Vlaslev has to throw it in the wall. Oh well, it wouldn't be a tier 3 race without a safety car, would it? Eh? Let's see what these guys decide to do here, because they've got to have seen the pace of the softs in these last few laps, and I've got to be thinking, let's get in for some softs. Yeah, here comes Aurelius now into the pits. Livingston, I'm sure, will follow suit. Yes, he does. Dijkstra is going very slow here, and goes into the pits. Oh dear. Van Loon follows him in. Luke Martin follows them in. I think we're going to have a very busy pit lane here. In fact, we're going to keep the exact same order that we had before the safety car came out, because everyone's been in and strapped on some fresh softs. So Aurelius still leads the way by Livingston, Dijkstra, Van Loon, Martin. And I believe N1A will have the margin to box. If Kingma decides to get side to box as well. It's very smart thinking though from Aurelius and Livingston as well. They knew that if they boxed, everyone was going to have to box. And actually, Dijkstra's lost a place to Van Loon. Van Loon's now up into P3, so that's I imagine from the double stack what the AlphaTauris had to do. We're for a good end to this race though, chat. Everyone's going to be on fresh softs. Jesus, it's a Red Bull there, getting out of the way for everyone. Here's a back marker with a 5-second penalty now, I believe, after speeding into the pits. Chat, who do we think is going to win this race? Put your predictions in chat. You might look like an absolute genius afterwards. I want to bet Lincoln Kenyon. I think he's going to clutch up. He's in a Red Bull, so he should win, right? Can't be beaten by Beta Tauri. Love the Merc 1-3 right now. Oh yeah, yeah. Have you ever had a Merc 1-2-3 though? That is the real question. Potts, no bias. Who do you think is going to win this race? No bias, no bias. Van Loon, alright. I think Livingston's going to win. Livingston got pole by like 4/10, and you call Van Loon the tier 1 driver. Van Loon's a special ed driver is what he is. Here goes Orius anyway, he is away once again as we head on to lap 27 of the Portuguese Grand Prix here in tier 3. Livingston closing up onto the back of the AlphaTauri now, down into turn 1, looks removed, can't quite find it into the first few corners, and further back it's all filtering out, or is it because Dijkstra is down the inside of Rolf? Rolf tries to hold it down the outside, to give him the inside for the next corner, side by side for the McLaren and the AlphaTauri. Can't quite make it stick though, can Rolf, and there's Dijkstra up into P3. It's an AlphaTauri 1-3 right now as the Mercedes can't quite get close enough, as the Ferraris also get into a bit of a squabble now. It's McLaren, Ferrari for 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. And here we go then. Oh, your game froze, Vaslev. Sorry to hear that, mate. It was fun watching you race. Hypno for the what 10-20 laps that you did. Very close battles there. But speaking of very close battles, the front is all separated by less than a second. As Luke Martin looks to remove up the inside of Hypno, can't quite find the space. But can he get the better drive? He's pulled alongside there somehow. Through the left-hander. Oh, side by side for the penultimate corner. What a move from Luke Martin. Millimetres between them. Can he find the overspeed through the final corner to give him a run? Down into turn 1, not quite. He has to settle back down into P6. That was some very close racing though from the pair. As N1A now sees a move, opportunity down the pitch straight on Luke Martin. Gets past and up into P6 by turn 1. Luke Martin will look round the outside though. At turn 3 they'll make a little bit of contact. And up the hill they go. It is Luke Martin down to P7. Hypno and N1A both getting the move done there. And Kingma with a switchback of dreams up the hill and down into the braking zone now. Might make the move here on Luke Martin as well. Up into P7, can he? Not quite. Luke Martin has the outside line there and the better drive, but Kingma is holding it on that left-hand side. But it doesn't look like he's going to make the move on this lap. Dijkstra is still all over the back of Livingston here, and I'm sure... Oh, Livingston's got wing damage. How did... He's... Oh, no. He's bottled. Tombstone has returned. Womp womp. We knew it was going to happen at some point. It was going to happen at some point, chat. And unfortunately for Livingston, it has happened right at the end. It's a sad sight. I actually do feel for him. Poor guy. Oh. Maybe Rolf is a tier 1 driver in comparison to him. But Luke Martin is definitely not a tier 1 driver, and you can see why. I mean, you can though, can't you? Anyway, back to his teammate. You can't even overtake the guy with wing damage. Oh. Does Rolf have wing damage as well? What's going on? Bro, he's not got an end plate. What is he doing? Bruce, what? It's ERS deployment. It's just like, he's learnt this from the AI or something. Could we get some tombstone elves in chat, please? I do feel bad for the guy. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. We don't need Luke Martin elves. We don't need to mention that, man. Look, what is Rolf playing at? Rolf. Oh my, how? Okay, well, Hypno up the inside of Rolf onto the edge of the track. Off goes Livingston. Through goes Hypno and N1A. Both Ferraris here, putting on an absolute challenge to the rest of the field. And Rolf's lost out like 3 positions in 4 corners there, as Kingma gets past him now as well. Rolf down from P4 all the way to P7 by the end of Sector 1. Impressive stuff. Championship leader, not looking so hot right now, is Livingston is doing God's work right now with that wing damage. He's holding on to P3 by some miracle. I have no idea how he's doing it. But Kingman's also putting on a great charge here. Up through the field. We can see him now around the outside of N1A. As N1A gets a bit out of shape. And now Rolf has crashed into someone as well. Oh, happy days. Happy days. There's a Hypno all over the back of Livingston. I'm sure he's going to have an opportunity here with the DRS to get past. The Avataris, though, are loving life right now. They are absolutely loving life. There comes Hypno. ERS and DRS to his assistance. Down the pitch straight on lap 31. He gets the move done up the inside. And up into P3 on the podium. One position lower than where he started this race. As the two Mercs swap positions. Kingman gets through on his teammate. I'm sure that Livingston let him through there. He knows that he's got that wing damage. He knows that he's got that 3-second time penalty. But so does his teammate. So he's going to look here to try and maybe hold up N1A, as N1A holds himself up there a little bit with a snap of oversteer. I think Potts has died. Potts has given up. The both people we said were going to win. Both aren't going to win. And both had either a stroke of no talent or a stroke of bad luck. I wouldn't point out which driver, but we both know who. Here comes M18 down the pitch straight into turn 1 with the DRS. Finds his way around the outside. Bit of contact made. But around the outside of Livingston. Up into P5. As Kingma is still hunting down the back of Hypno. But he has that 3-second time penalty, which I think is going to really cost him here. Still double points. Yeah. I mean, I won't even be surprised if I don't get double points now. Alright, never mind. How? Huh? How did Livingston get back past him? Bruh. Well, he's done God's work here because he's broken the 3 seconds to N1A, so it's pretty much guaranteed Kingma P4. But of course he has to. Oh, someone spun. Nemesis, Knight, even spun just before the penultimate corner. As Kingma does get past Hypno, but he's got to pull 3 seconds in a lap. Now, if he does this, fair play. But likelihood of it happening, I ain't so sure. But let's see anyway. How is Livingston still launching an attack on this guy, man? I just switched back in with wing damage. What is going on? Alright, he's no longer Tombstone. I've taken it back. He's just overtaken him twice with wing damage. And that's not just small wing damage. Around Portimao, that is pretty severe damage. Oh, down the inside goes M18. Back up into pieces. No, he doesn't. Only 11 Luke's. Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, Aurelius is going to take the victory here. He's going to be very close to his teammate Dijkstra. I don't think Dijkstra got it at the final corner. He does. Just narrowly takes. Oh, never mind. He had a 6-second time penalty. I'm stupid. Dijkstra does take the win though. And Aurelius P2. Hypno gets P3. What the hell kind of penalty did Kingma have? Okay, well, third and fourth for Ferrari, fifth and sixth for Mercedes, seventh and eighth for McLaren, ninth for well, actually, will it be ninth? Yes, ninth for Louis Day. Oh, you got a 5 second. Okay. Sad times. Sad times. That was like it was a nice, satisfying. Was it AlphaTauri, Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren? It was very nice to look at. And I'm sure Dykstra will find this very nice to look at as he's occupying the top step of the podium in his AlphaTauri with his teammate up there alongside him in the number 2 spot and Hypno number 3. I would watch it, but I have to skip it, otherwise I don't get these. Okay, I am going to do driver interviews. Hold up 1 second. Right there. That does go hard, that song. Okay. Well done, Dykstra, mate. What can I do here? I'll just do this. There we go. Where is everyone? Does no one want an interview? That's fine by me. I mean, I'm fine with that. I am in the right. Yeah, I am in the right thing. McLaren double spin. this guy. McLaren double spin. Bro was a lap down in an 11-person race. Here we go. We've got an AlphaTauri guy in there. It's the race winner as well. It is Mr. PN Dykstra. Welcome up, my friend.
Hey man.
How are we? How are you feeling after that? That was a great race from you. First of all, fighting your way up through the fields, to then well, pretty much. I think the pit stops and the late call. To be fair, I think the late call actually didn't help you that much. I think it actually maybe made your race a little bit harder, because you had that tyre advantage, which was catching you. I think you caught about 5 seconds in 3 laps, which would have definitely been enough to get back up there anyway. But tell us how you're feeling. Tell us how the strategy went down there at the end, and you know, was it a difficult race? Was it something that you felt quite easy to get through the field at the start?
Well, I gotta say, I was kind of surprised because me and Aurelius were like doing some practice today, and my times were just shit. And yeah, in the race itself, in the qualification, in the rain, I didn't expect the rain, so that was a switch. So the round I set was really nice in my eyes.
Yeah.
And then the race start was, it was okay, not too bad, but not the best one. And then we just fight for the lead, I guess, and the pit stops. Yeah, we got some luck, and
this is the thing. And if your times is shit, it doesn't matter because everyone else is usually shitter. So.
True.
No, but you had a great race there, and I think it was really fun watching you once the softs died off at the start, and the mediums came a bit more into their own. Watching you fight up into P2 was great. But yeah, and in the end, I thought I thought Aurelius had 3 second time penalty, but you must have had 6.
I got 6 at the very end.
Yeah, because there was literally like 72,000 between you both if you had the 3 second at the end. It was very close, but just about clinched it in that regard anyway. Dykstra, so congratulations there. I believe, was this your second or third win?
First win, man.
First?
First win, like fully a win, and second podium. Because last time I had a P2, but because of penalty, or at least I was P1 on the
Oh,
track.
yeah,
and
yeah.
got
It's
the
Hungary,
penalty.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I remember now. That's the one I actually thought you won, and then I realised you hadn't afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I was getting confused. Alright, well, no, great race. And a great race for the team as well, as Aurelius. You picked up P2 in the end. And once again, very well managed race from you. I said in qualifying that the conditions were, I think the conditions on the track are pretty similar to what you had in Kota last season. So, I mean, it was definitely fun to watch. And when you came out right behind Livingston after the pit stops, sorry, Livingston came out right ahead of you in the pit stops. I knew that you were in for a chance there. Just unfortunate about the penalties in the end.
Well, I got P2 in the end. It was all worth it.
I mean, it's not a bad result considering 6 seconds of penalties. So.
Yeah, well, what was it? Satellite, I think. Well, I broke normally on the hairpin. I think Satellite didn't break early enough,
Yeah,
and
I
he
was gonna
hit
ask
and he
you.
got wing damage, which helped me out so much because he slowed down the rest of the pack.
Yeah. Yeah, and there was I think it would have been a very interesting battle between you both at the end. I mean, I think Livingston got the penalty that you had because of the wing damage, but either way, we knew that he was close to getting a penalty himself, and I think it would have been very close between these two at the end if he had not got that damage. But either way, it was great watching the racing out there today.
It was a bit unfortunate that there was a Red Bull that who had blue flags and then just kept blocking people who were trying to overtake.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it happened to Dykstra and Livingstone. Yeah,
Did it me?
I just want to call it out because it's not fun when it happens, especially when you have like Dykstra who's in the lead and loses like 2-3 seconds because of it.
Yeah,
I just want to call it out.
I'm sure it'll be reviewed anyway, but
oh yeah,
I did see the Red Bull. I saw him the only time I really saw him was when he was getting off track under the safety car. But yeah, all right. Well, Alex, do you want to put a comment in for your boys today?
Why does he get to talk? What the fuck? He didn't drive.
I think
honestly.
You know what? Fuck you, Chewie. You're fired.
No.
I think the only way to sum it up really is
good for him.
It feels so fucking good.
I think that.
Wait, what?
What?
Wait, did that not come through properly?
Oh wait, yeah, no, it did.
Okay. It feels so fucking good.
Oh, we were just confused. We thought that he just popped up.
No. No, I'm on my soundboard. Yeah, they did really well today. A bit better than, I say a bit better, slightly better than me and Khan in Tier 1.
Ouch.
But yeah, well done to them. And I didn't get to watch the full race, to be honest. I've been a bit busy.
Oh, what a bad TP! Not
Been a
supporting
bit busy playing
drivers.
Fortnite, have you?
Fired.
Well, you see, that's the thing, Connor. Fortnite is actually code word.
Okay, right. Well, that was interesting, guys. So
No.
thanks for popping up here, and congrats today, boys. 1 and 2. Right, bro. You can just die. All right.
Yeah,
well,
thanks, man.
Congrats, boys. I'll see you in a bit. Right, I'm literally just gonna.
No.
There we go. I've just kicked him from the server for now. All right. Can you hear me in here? Yeah. I guess we get these boys up then. Come on. Dumb and Dumber. Let's get them up here. Have you heard?
You can shut up immediately.
Do you know what traction is, by the way? Like traction.
What do you even mean?
Side by side racing.
Yeah, tell that to the fucking Ferraris and the Mercedes.
All right. Well, double
Fucking
points,
hell.
boys. Well done. Woo!
Yeah!
Well done, guys. I'm so proud of you.
I'm not. I wouldn't be.
What do you mean, Luke? 10 points for the team. It's a whopping.
I fucking hate my life.
11 people finished, but a double points finish. We'll take that. We'll ignore one of them as a lap down as well. Either way, you made it the nice AlphaTauri, Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren in the end. That was very nice to look at. But what wasn't nice to look at was you spin me right round, baby, right round. It's literally like every other lap.
It's a bit of a difference, though, to be fair. It's getting taken out by some idiots.
Did you see the one with the Red Bull killing him?
No.
Kenyon lost
I have
it.
some clips for you.
Kenyon lost
at the
his
end.
car
Yeah.
and went straight into Ralph.
Is this the same Red Bull that
Yes,
that
but
after
he's
the race put double McLaren spin?
yeah,
Yeah.
which was mad. I wanted to be nice to him because he fucking because he let everyone through during the safety car, which is good, which everybody should do. But then he fucking says that after he spins into me, breaking my entire front wing, almost
Nice.
taking my wheel off even.
Both my
Fucking
spins
hell.
were my fault. I literally said to Rolf that the first spin that would have got me ahead of Dykstra, I pressed shift and just my wheel didn't shift. So when I went,
Yikes!
I just didn't shift up. So I was like, I'm on full beans and wheels don't want to have traction. The second one, I understeered slightly into Kingma. So it's all my fault, skill issue. Monza's next week. We
Little
move.
bit. We move. No,
0-0 wing
we're
time.
not moving yet. Can I talk you through my race, Connor? Actually.
Go on, mate. I can't wait.
So first that we kept up a bit on the mediums, it was decent. But after the safety car, what the hell is But after the safety car, I was in P3 with Aurelius having a 3-second penalty. So I was thinking, well, we can go for the fucking win around Portugal. I hate this track. I don't know why you like it. You're a mental, Connor, but
I don't like anything about that game anymore, so don't worry.
no, fair. No, but then the safety car restart came, and then Dijkstra went for a ridiculous dive bomb where if I don't give him the insane amounts of space that I
To be
did,
fair,
his wheel would have been broken off.
from my neutral perspective of this race, there was a lot of times where I thought Dykstra was literally about to kill someone with his moves, but he just no. Was it Kingma? Sorry, Kingma was
Oh
actually the
yeah,
one.
Kingma as well. To be fair, we'll get onto that part in a little bit.
Rolf, I'll tell you why. Because they're Dutch and they've only lived in Dutch.
Yeah,
Unlike you, who's now in England.
No, I still don't
They
care.
all live
No.
by the rules of live by the Max Verstappen, die by the Max Verstappen.
I think the Frenchies are much worse from what I've seen this race. Because that's the next part. First we get a ludicrous dive bomb by Dijkstra. Then we have Satellite in front of us. Satellite and I right behind the AlphaTauris, fighting for a good position. Then he's suddenly slow as fuck, apparently wing damage. But instead of slotting behind me, using the DRS to defend off others, he thinks, well, let's deploy my entire battery on the first straight, so I can hold up Van Loon for one straight and then lose everything. So yes, then he holds me up, Hypno dive bombs me, which was pretty clean, and then fucking Kingma dive bomb, but no, Hypno didn't give me space, or yeah, didn't give me space, so fucking Kingma dive on me. Which could have also been pretty fucking race ending if I didn't give him space. Then, because Kingma dive bombs me and I'm super slow because of his crazy dive bomb, fucking under Ferrari Frenchie dive bombs me from stupidly far back, and I lose like 4 positions in one corner. It's absolutely crazy. And then then Kingma slow tries to hold off Menetrier, the Ferrari fella, and he just turns into me, the Ferrari. Yeah, I'm there, but no, he doesn't give a shit, and he takes me out. So yeah, lovely race at the fucking shit track.
Well, I didn't know it was that time of the month, mate, but
Shut the
fair
fuck
enough. Well, ice cream after all that just puts Van Loon your shit.
I mean, compared to Ice Cream, who's already near the front of Tier 1, Rolf is shit, correct.
Oh, that was good. That was
Ice
good.
Cream about to be banished to Tier 1 forever, just for that comment.
Well, Luke, anything you want to add about your race?
I need to actually practice because I might be a bit faster, but at the same time, I don't want to practice.
Elusive insight there. Well, thanks for that.
Oh, but I do have an announcement to make.
Oh no.
If you're ready.
If I'm ready. Oh, mate, there's 7 people watching. There's not even a point.
No, yeah, I'm making the announcement. They might watch the VOD.
Okay. What? Yeah,
Well-
they'll stick about to hear Rolf's waffle first.
Oh, go on, waffle on, Rolf.
What?
What? He's already done it, mate. What have you
Yeah.
been doing?
So anyway, so Connor has a lot coming up in real life in the foreseeable future. So he'll be taking a step back from
Well,
duties within the league, and he will no longer be streaming Tier 3. So you won't hear this man's beautiful voice anymore.
bit gay.
Fuck you, I was being nice. You won't hear this man's whiny little bitch voice anymore.
Right. Don't need to
And it
speak
means
about
I'm
yourself,
finally
mate.
promoted about to CEO.
And
Luke, what is your gone live message on Twitch? Something about an ape.
what?
I just saw your message about going live on Twitch. Yeah, you got to deal
Oh.
with Alex Fat Johnson. Sorry, boys.
Nah, I
And
heard
when
he's anyway.
Alex is busy, it'll be David Ducker.
David Spuckett.
I was about to say his actual surname. But anyways, Connor will be somewhere hiding, but he's going to be very busy, so please do not spam him.
I also can't be asked, so there's that as well. But yeah, mainly that. Anyway, on a brighter note, Luke Martin only scored 4 points, so hell man's. Is that everything? Wicked. Alright.
Lovely.
Well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on Friday. What is it? Monza.
Monza sprint race weekend, and I won't be
Oh,
commentating it because I'll be very
shit.
drunk.